Hello, I'm Shayne. Welcome to Smosh Mouth.
Hello, I'm Amanda. Welcome to Smosh Mouth. We have a very special guest with us today, Angela Jim-Tamta.
Hello, welcome to Smosh Mouth. I'm Angela.
And she has her mug that says, I'm kind of a big deal.
Okay, I didn't think...
Which is crazy.
I was going to hide it the whole episode. I grabbed
You
it
were
from the
planning on
communal
hiding it.
mugs. I love our
Very
communal mug
egotistical of
section.
you that you would choose that type
Oh
of
my
mug.
God.
And there's a star on it.
I always pick the least loved out of the communal section. I grabbed the dragon once.
Wait, you keep grabbing these like awesome mugs though, in my opinion.
But yeah, I didn't have coffee before this, so you're catching me as I wake up.
I'm extremely picky about mugs,
You are.
Same.
and particularly with the lip of the mug.
That's my
And a
mom's.
lot of communal mugs, no matter where I've been, communal mugs always have weird, they're either
Lips?
indented or outward.
You want it thick? What do you want?
I think I like a straight, like, more classic.
He likes it straight.
And do you like it thin?
No, I don't think too thin.
Yeah.
Straight and normal.
I love a
I like my
thick
mug
lid.
straight and normal.
I like my
I like
Like
the
that
little curve.
octopus, that like dragon octopus mug. Like, I hate the ones that go
It goes
inward.
in. Me
Yeah.
too.
I hate that,
Me
and I
too.
don't
Give
want a
two
mug that
shits.
has the thing where it's got something in the bottom. You know, where
No,
it's like,
that's
oh, as you
freaky.
drink,
That's
like
terrible.
something comes out or whatever.
That I'm like, come on, guys, we're adults.
I like it simple.
I like it. I like the lip going out. I like it a little thick.
Yeah.
I don't like it going out though either, because that just feels. It just I don't know.
To me, I care less about the lip, a lot about the handle.
Oh, handle's a
Handle
big
matters.
one.
I hate those ones
matters.
where you can't really fit all three fingers.
Agreed. Okay, can I say something really quickly? I know you watched the Martha Stewart documentary. Remember that part when she goes, and you know, people said I was an awful bitch for saying the teacup, can you fit 3 fingers in your teacup handle? No, you can't. Why would I sell that through Martha Stewart Living? And I was like, this woman is a boss.
She's a boss
She may be
and a
aggressive. She's a boss and a bitch.
Yeah, if people are watching it, sound off because
Sound off.
sound off.
I'm telling you, the Martha Stewart doc, first influencer ever.
She was the first influencer ever, and she is. It's also fun to watch a documentary where she's kind of like calling the shots the whole time. She's like, I actually don't want to talk about that.
Yeah,
I
she's
go,
like,
okay.
That was funny.
My God,
You need to watch it. It's really good.
But anyway, big lip, big lip,
Nice handle.
nice handle.
Okay, big lip, nice handle. That's what.
We're talking about.
That's the first conversation topic. Guys, this episode is all about something big that is happening soon. December 14th at 4 p.m., we will be performing Smosh Mouth live, and you can watch it. It'll be at 4 p.m. PST, live.smosh.com. You can go and buy tickets for it. It's a sweet deal. And it's going to be a great show. 90 minutes of us just hanging out at the Dynasty Theater.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. The Dynasty Typewriter is like the cutest. It was the old Rita Hayworth. It was called the Rita Hayworth Theater. Old school.
Old.
It's
It's
so
so nice.
cute. So for people to come in person, those tickets sold out in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We're sold out for people to come in person. Sold out in 1 hour, which is wild.
But you can still buy tickets for the live stream.
Still buy tickets for the live stream.
And the live stream is going to look really good.
Yeah.
Because it's like their specialty at this theater.
Yeah, they're very great. They're very good at it. I just did one literally like 4 days ago, and it's so fun because the cameras are on stage too, and they're not in a blocking view, so you can you're gonna feel like at home when you buy the ticket, you're gonna feel like you're watching it live because you are watching it live, but you're gonna feel like you're there in
You're
the theater.
there.
And
which-
I'm going to get up in those cameras.
Hell yeah,
I'm gonna get up in those cameras. So
yeah.
don't fret if you're not there in person.
you're gonna feel like you're there.
We're gonna get up in those cameras.
I'm going to open my mouth and fully enclose my
Whoa.
lips around the lens.
Oh my God, you'll
So-
see full mouth.
Full mouth. You're going to
Thick-
look down into
also
the lungs.
Thick lip and a handle.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
thick lip. This is a pretty big deal. You're gonna be able to see Smosh Mouth without edits.
I know.
That's what's crazy is
And
Don't miss
we
that,
cut
guys.
about 2 hours out of every episode.
yeah, we sit here for about half a day and we cut out
record
so
this
much.
for 5 hours, then we cut most of it.
Are you guys gonna do all the songs?
Yeah.
There's a whole yeah.
Are you doing the
Yeah.
full script?
Yeah. We're going to do the full script, all
We're
the
gonna do
songs.
your song that you and Chance made up. We're gonna do that verbatim.
Oh, our theme song.
No,
You guys stopped putting that in the episodes. Why?
It's at the end.
that's the
right?
editor's issue. That's not our.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Got
Here's the
tired of
thing.
it.
This episode is not to reveal too much, but we will say that Angela's here because Angela is our understudy.
Yeah.
What that means in theater terms is
Well, we had to prepare for the risk of, hey,
of
look,
us-
people
yeah.
get sick sometimes.
people get hit by buses.
Yeah. So
People get hit by buses.
if we wanted to make sure the show goes on no matter what, so if Amanda or I, for some reason, are unable to make it that day, if
I
we're
will be
sick,
in the wings.
It'll be Angela. I feel like most people, I don't see anyone being upset by that.
I will be in the wings, full makeup, full tutu, ready to go on.
In fact, I think if I, for some reason, am sick, you should wear the lime shirt.
100%.
And you should be me again. Cause,
But here's the thing.
good
Like, welcome to Smosh Mouth Live.
fuck, dude.
God.
Shayne is sick.
But I'd rather die than miss this show, so I will be there.
I'm
no
gonna
matter what
Nancy
happens.
Kerrigan your ass.
Don't even start.
That's
with
not
me.
going to stop you from doing a podcast.
I'm gonna crowbar both of your legs.
Then I'll
You
still be
can
able
still
to
be
sit
able to
here.
sit and do the podcast.
do
Did she do that with a
podcast.
crowbar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Well,
gonna put you guys in the hospital right before.
And I will find my way to get there.
We'll bring the podcast equipment to the room. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be so exciting.
It's
I
gonna be
can't.
really
I
fun.
can't wait to just watch you guys do it live. Like it'll just be so.
Yeah.
fun.
We also haven't had a live audience for one of our live streams in so long. We kind of had pseudo audiences for a lot of things.
We had one at VidCon, but that wasn't filmed.
Right, but I'm talking like for our live
like a-
stream,
yeah.
like our live shows that we do.
Yeah, there's no edits involved at all. You will be watching everything as it happens in the moment.
Yeah. And there's gonna be a lot of fun segments.
So many fun segments. I'm so excited about it. We have fun guests,
Yeah.
which I'm really excited
Cannot
about.
tell you our guests.
We cannot tell you our guests.
Have some fun guests. We are
Alright, take it.
going to take Amanda back to internet school.
Oh my god!
And we're going to decide amongst several possibilities of internet history, internet events.
That's so fun.
That's the thing. I feel like this show is very much about the fans. So you will all be able to be involved in this live stream and
And be like
live
you're at
show.
the table.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be sitting at this table. So many of you sitting around this half hectagon table. Is
Half
this a
hectagon.
hectagon?
It's a half hectagon.
So
Let's see.
how will people be able to give their opinions on things that you want to school me on?
That might be before the live show. That might be leading up, so pay attention to our community posts, to our social posts around Smosh. I'm not entirely positive where we're going to be asking for that, but it will be somewhere. We're going to make that decision. There's a lot of great options. You know, we never covered DashCon or Dramageddon, and there's several others. And we will go in on one of those in this live show. It'll be nice, too, because if we're getting something wrong,
Yeah.
the audience will be there to be like, boo, or like,
be like,
you know,
yeah,
oh,
what?
that's
Yeah,
wrong. And like,
100%.
oh, okay. Like,
And to see Amanda like learn things about culture in real time is something really
you get
special.
to be there. You get to see the moment.
You get to see it. You know what I mean? Even watching that clip of her learning who Harambe is, I'm like, I wish I was in the room.
It really is fascinating.
It's like a shooting star, you know?
I mean, we had you know, Angela, we had
That's
a
how I
moment.
felt.
We had a moment similar recently in the Google video on main channel.
Okay, I want to ask Amanda if she
You-
agrees. With
So
this. Yes.
a mammoth.
A mammoth.
Yeah. 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 Hit me with it. Uh-huh.
Go on, Angela.
Could you understand a world in which someone would confuse a mammoth with a moose?
No, because I've been to Maine a lot, and moose is just moose.
Oh, you don't make this
Geese,
about your
moose.
travels and how you're well traveled.
It's not well traveled. It's 4 hours in the car up the coast.
Maybe that's what it is because I grew up in LA. So a moose is also a, what is it?
A mammoth?
A
It's
mammoth
not,
to me.
No, a mammoth is like Ice Age.
But a mammoth is related to an elephant. Mammoths and elephants are the
Weren't they like frozen in the ice and people like found them and they're like, oh my God, a mammoth. Holy shit.
Yeah, they found some
Ice
preserved-
Age.
But mammoths are elephants. Like they are of the same tree as
And
elephants.
deers are just like reindeers, and they're just like mooses.
Yeah,
Like they're all in the same family.
I think moose and deer, I think, are of the same tree.
So-
I don't know how close a moose
Yeah.
and a deer
Let
are,
me-
but they have antlers.
And then
they have,
but in the clip, we did this Google ad, and we're talking about it. And in the clip, though, I once I see the trunk of a mammoth, I go, oh, that's not a moose.
So did you think that mammoths were alive to this day?
So no, because then I remembered the plot of Ice Age,
right.
and Ray Romano goes extinct.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
See, those moments, there's nothing, like, you could talk about the moment when you learned there's a difference between a mammoth and a moose, but there's nothing like being in the moment. And
Yeah.
that's why you got to buy your tickets.
See, I agree with you. I also must say, I don't think you're dumb. I think sometimes in the moment.
What? No, I never
No one said that.
And
Amanda, what?
Shane's been calling
Amanda,
me dumb
what?
since
I
day.
never called you
I'm just kidding.
dumb.
He's never called us dumb. That's what I do love, though. No, real talk. It's what I loved about working here is like when there's a gap in my knowledge, it isn't anything but a gem. They go, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
it's
think-
incredible.
You think frogs
exciting.
walk? And it's fun. It makes maybe being dumb or having a bad education fun.
Fun. You feel like a shooting star. You feel like you're on a shooting star and you don't know where you're going to land.
Yeah.
Because people look at you like, wow. And you almost feel like you were just born that day, like in a skin suit. And you're like, here I am. Teach me, like in Fifth Element, Lilu. And she's like going through the whole thing and she's like, chicken. That's what I feel like. This episode is brought to you by ZocDoc. Shayne, adulting is hard. And when you're adult, you have to make tough decisions. But the one decision I don't want to make is finding a doctor.
Yeah, it's tough. And using ZocDoc, however, can make the whole process a lot easier. I had delayed getting a doctor's appointment for a long time, but through ZocDoc, I was able to find the right doctor at the right time that was nearby, made the whole process so much easier.
If I needed to find a doctor, I'd use ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skincare, and much more. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/SmoshMouth to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/SmoshMouth, ZocDoc.com/SmoshMouth.
Back to the show.
Let's go find a doctor.
Yeah.
I love that you call it internet school.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It feels like the
Yeah,
most
because
clear.
there's so much of it.
There's so much that I must have missed.
Oh,
It's
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, it's okay. You have to kind of be at a specific place at a specific time to know about it. And so many people are extremely online
yeah,
that it's hard to comprehend someone not being online as well.
yeah. It's almost like you should have
And
merch.
I would
because
say
you're
over
offline.
these past like couple years, it's even more extreme because I think an experience everyone can relate to now is where you'll be on TikTok and you'll hear about some creator or you'll get served some creator and you're just like, who the is this?
Yeah.
And you click on them and they have like 80 million
Yeah.
followers. And you're like,
That's true.
I have never heard this name in my life, but they're
Yeah.
apparently
Huge.
huge. And that happens so often because now our internet is truly our internet.
Yeah.
Harambe was fascinating because that was still in the era where like the internet was the internet.
Yeah.
memes.
Go on there. It was kind of for everyone. Now it kind of sequesters you off to what you're interested in. So you'll be in your little zone where you think this is the biggest news, but you realize it's only being served to like maybe 300,000 people.
It's so true.
But you think it's your whole world because everyone that
Yeah.
you're seeing is talking about it and going, this
Yeah.
is the biggest thing, but it's actually not.
There's nothing wilder than getting that big news so many years later. And you're on a planet by yourself experiencing all the pain and sadness and intensity of that news. And then you're like, are we doing something about it? And people are like, dude, that was like 12 years ago.
Well, it's just crazy how like big culture is.
Yeah.
I can't
You're
say
kind
you're
of a big
wrong.
deal. You know what? You're kind of you're kind of a big deal. And that's your star.
You could have made the argument that you were a time traveler and that you came here from 2012. and,
Honestly.
like
Guys, I have something to confess. I've been time traveling since when did you say 2012?
I just picked a date. Yeah. You know this is the thing. There's so many people I've met that are probably would react the same way as you did to all of this because in LA there's a lot of people who are really just in like they're living life. They're into the theater scene. They're just doing their thing.
Yeah.
They're not like I don't know. They're out. They're out
Yeah.
and about. And I wasn't one of those people.
Yeah.
And
That's the other thing is we've talked about this a million times, but like I wasn't allowed that much screen time growing up.
You don't even have a TV in your house, right? You,
No.
Growing up, did you have TV time?
It was limited.
Yeah.
So our TV time, me and my sister used to watch TV when my mom wasn't there, and the moment we heard her car pulling, we'd turn it off and go downstairs.
Wow.
Wow.
And my cousins didn't even grow up with a TV. So when they came
And
over,
they had to sit by firelight.
And I bet they're super fun to hang with.
they're two of the funniest people and two of the smartest human beings, but some of the funniest people. And I'm like, how?
Like, I was just thinking about, like, do you remember when your parents were still at the restaurant and you, like, because they bring out the kids' food so early, I feel like.
Yeah, they do.
You're at the restaurant for so long.
Hours.
And that's when, like, I think I started, like, being weird. Is like, that's when you, like, start, like, mushing up sauces together.
Yep.
And, like playing imaginary games with the waiters.
Where the forks and the knives are like
With the waiters?
cheating on each other.
And you're like, oh my God, he has a crush on me. Oh my God, he's looking at me.
oh.
Oh my God,
no,
they're
I
all
didn't.
talking about me over there. Oh my God. Or just like your
Did
brain.
you ever put pepper in water and was like, dude,
Yes!
pepper water?
Yes. And you're like, drink it. I swear it's water. I swear. And then you're like a little kid like this.
There were
I've
no
always wanted to do a
iPads.
character like at the restaurant that's just sitting there and he's been there for he's just there for a long time.
Hours.
But now those don't exist. They have tablets. My cousin's kid, that's not my nephew, but he, like when he's done eating and then our food's getting here, it's time to watch Buzz Lightyear. And then he's just like glued to it. And I'm like, that was when I started like building with condiments. and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's a really tragic thing that's happened, and this is the thing. I notice it with myself. People say it's kids. I'm like, look at
it's everywhere, yeah.
look at any boomer, and they're fucking glued to shit all the time too.
Oh, yeah.
It's because it's designed specifically to like hit that part of your brain
Yeah.
that's looking for stuff all the time, and then you can't really ever satisfy it. And what I've noticed is when I'm really locked in all the time, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gaining anything from this. Like, I'm just scrolling through bullshit.
Exactly.
And I'm like, oh, I have some knowledge of some things.
Yeah.
But it's really, most of the time, it's nothing. My creativity is at its lowest. Because I'm like, oh, I'm not bored. Because I'm never bored. And
You're not
your
allowing-
brain's only going to come up with weird shit
Yeah.
when you're bored. But the second you're bored, you want to pull out a solution.
Literally.
And being bored means that's when your brain empties out and allows all like the inspiration that's kind of floating around.
Yeah.
No joke. I think the only 2 times I can be creative during the day that I can like rely on are when I'm driving
Yeah.
or when I'm in the shower because I
Yeah.
physically cannot be on my phone.
So true.
So you know something fascinating. I didn't do the splits this year. Right,
You definitely
and
didn't.
You
I
didn't.
never have.
And I definitely didn't
I've
book big.
I've overall gotten better about stretching, but I'm not really going for the splits anymore. I'm just trying to like stretch.
Totally,
But
yeah.
I've noticed. I was like, why is it that I'm so bad at this? Why is it so bad? I'm so bad at being consistent with this because I like stretching. I like the feeling of stretching, but I was like, oh, it's because I have to put my phone down for like a half hour to an hour. I have to kind of
Yeah.
be there without something. I can't be engaging with something. And it's really hard. But the more I do it, and the more I'm putting my phone away, the better
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
Yeah.
It's just in the moment it's so hard.
Yeah.
It
and
is
so I'm like,
hard to do it.
the whole doing the splits thing is more of a psychological issue for me than it is.
100%. I mean, it's so hard for me to sometimes just drive and like just look at the road. Just you don't need to be like
Right.
thinking about or like
Especially
like
if we have an
activated.
endless amount of stuff now.
Yeah.
And it's funny that we're talking about this on a podcast that we hope people listen to and look at their phone. But I feel like the best thing to do when you have writer's block or you're like feeling sad or low is literally to put your phone down
And do nothing almost.
and do nothing or go outside.
Yeah.
But it's really, really hard to do. It's so much easier to sit there and be like, I want to laugh.
Do you guys think you're going to be on your phone during the live show?
Yeah.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Could you imagine?
And actually, what I actually hope for though is okay. So if people pull up our live show on their phone, I want to see the silliest places that people watched our live stream.
Yes,
Like
so
someone
good.
go out into the woods and prop it up onto a tree and be like, "Yeah, I watched the live show in the woods."
That's so chronically offline of them.
People
kind
are
of.
going to love doing that.
Someone needs to build. If there's some place where there's enough snow, build a snowman, put their iPhone in the face of the snowman and be playing the live show from there.
We need a Smosh Mouth live snowman.
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear where people watch the live show. Like, I want to hear about all of that because that is so great. This episode is brought to you by MeUndies. Holiday season is officially upon us, and that means lounge season is officially upon us. It's time to be our comfiest selves.
That's right, and you can do that with MeUndies because they don't just make underwear anymore. They're also making their loungewear. They've got joggers, hoodies, everything you'd want to be lounging around in during this holiday season. And they've got cuts for everyone, 20 different styles, hundreds of different prints, including their new holiday selection. I actually have some of their holiday prints, and when I'm wearing them, I'm feeling the holiday spirit.
You're feeling so festive.
I'm feeling it, and it's breathable, it's stretchy, and it's comfy.
It's so comfortable. And also, if you don't like your first pair of MeUndies, it's on MeUndies, which is amazing. Knock out all of your holiday gifting needs today with MeUndies. To get exclusive holiday deals and savings all month long, go to MeUndies.com/SmoshMouth. Enter promo code SmoshMouth. That's MeUndies.com/SmoshMouth, code SmoshMouth. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in.
Back to the show.
Let's go.
What's really fun about these like live stream shows, and I think I've noticed it ever since working here, like with the funeral and Smosh sitcom and stuff, and the Dynasty shows I've done, is like, I love when people tag me in like their evening setup when they're going to sit down and enjoy it, because what I do love about theater is like talk about like not when you're not at home, you're like not on your phone. So like when you go see a piece of theater or a concert, you put your stuff away.
Yeah,
You're like, I'm gonna get
with
this.
it,
Yeah. And it's cool when people buy these VODs and they can experience it at home, that they kind of make their home a little bit like a theater where they're like, okay, here's like my drink and I'm gonna like experience this in real time like I'm in the audience.
Yep.
I think that's a different thing, too, than the phone experience is like truly being engaged with something for enough time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, as opposed to, just a new thing. Like, it's like, I'm watching this thing
Yeah.
for an hour.
Yeah.
It's a different experience.
Yeah, for sure. And I love when people are just like, here's my setup, I'm drinking this or whatever, and I'm doing this.
I know. I think it's so cute when they show that because it means that they're really taking the time and they're like, entertainment. I'm obsessed with... I mean, we're obsessed with the theater, but like I'm obsessed with people, if they can't go out physically to the theater, making it their own little like display. Like they have candles light and like the lighting is all set up. I love that.
The photos that make me nervous is when people they show photos of their cat or their dog.
I was just about to say.
And I'm like, now I'm nervous. Like I hope this dog is enjoying this.
True. Harsh critics.
Tag Shayne and Amanda in your dog being sleepy during Smosh Mouth Live.
That means it's relaxing.
I'm kidding.
Didn't we have a comment saying that we had sexy voices?
Yeah, okay. We got a comment, and we need to do a video soon where we read like our favorite comments.
We
There
are
was a
going to do
comment
that.
Where someone was like, "Oh, I've been a longtime Spotify listener, and I finally watched the video of it, and I thought you guys have such great radio voices, but seeing you visually in person gave me the ick, so I'm going to go back to Spotify."
Shut the up.
Nope.
And I was like, "That's cool."
So this person saw us in person and they simply got the ick by seeing us in person.
Can
They're
you
like
imagine?
Love is Blind style, and you got turned away.
It says, I got the ick in the most respectful way watching you. Back to Spotify.
I got the ick in the most respectful way possible. I'm sorry, that doesn't really work.
An ick.
No, I think you can get the ick in a respectful way.
How do you get the ick in a respectful way?
You just go, oh, oy.
I feel like once you get the ick,
not
though.
respectful.
Wait, no, I feel like once you get the ick, though, it's like it's done, and you immediately. So this person immediately went back to Spotify. They never watched us in person again.
I'm gonna argue that this person romanticized your guys', I guess, sexy voices and really built it up. So then when they saw you as just like normal people, it was like,
Are you saying we're not sexy, Angela?
Angela, you're not helping.
Did you just say
I'm
we're
not gonna
sexy?
tell both of you, my almost siblings, that I find you guys sexy. You guys couldn't be more the opposite.
Your two
Wow.
sibling, like, married co-workers.
My married
There's like
coworkers.
3 layers of it being weird.
Who act like also my siblings, but also my parents. I will never find you.
Come on. Fine,
Constantly
whatever.
putting disgusting wigs on together.
What I can relate to is there's a podcast that I've listened to for a long time, and I finally saw what they looked like in
Yeah.
person, and it's just so different
different,
than what
yeah.
I envisioned that I was like, it's more like uncanny.
It's
where I'm
weird.
like, oh, I have to kind of reconfigure how I listen to this show almost.
Yeah, the
because
first
you
time I
look
saw Sarah
different.
Koenig, what
Who's
she
that?
looked like.
Wait.
The Serial podcast.
Oh, I know.
I was like, that's what you look like?
totally different.
Or Esther Perel?
Oh, Esther
I went,
Perel.
that's what you look like?
Some people sound so different than
Esther
what they
Perel for me matched personally.
No, it was so different. I thought she was going to look so different.
what do you
That's
think she was gonna
true.
look like.
I don't know, like Edna Mode.
Oh,
What?
I could see that based on her voice.
Yeah.
No. Well,
Like a crop hair and like really tiny and like, well, you need to listen to each other.
I get that.
Esther Perel.
I get that.
Anyway,
Wow.
are you guys
Wow.
nervous? You guys gonna piss your pants during your show?
Yeah, that's okay. I think by this stage, I think with this type of show, I get nervous for Smosh Mouth, but it's kind of in a different way because
Yeah.
it's not. There's no mark I'm trying to hit.
Yeah.
There's no lines I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
We're going out and we're talking, but there is a bit of nerves in that. Oh, I'm just going out and I'm talking,
Yeah.
and that feels weird to me as a performer because I feel like I got to do more.
Yeah.
I always, no matter what, before I get on stage, I'm always nervous.
You are? I didn't know this.
Every single time before I get on stage, I'm always nervous. Even if it's like an improv show that I've done a million times, or I know the people, or I'm comfortable, or I have the script ready to go, like I am always nervous before I get on stage.
So funny. Well, I think I am too, but like even at Dynasty, like you and I, we have like an improv, we do some improv over there. And I remember like the way I get through it is like, if you're hanging out with people in the back
Yeah.
that you're about to go out there and
Yeah.
do the same thing with, you're like, let's just do what we want to do right here. And then we just have to do it out there again. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that calms me down if it's like we're hanging out back here and we're just going to hang out there. That's it. We're just
Yes.
following the funny here and we're going to follow the funny out there. And I feel like, especially for your guys' podcast, your guys' pod feels exactly like it does when I'm sitting at lunch with you guys. You're just talking about your interests and stuff.
True.
Exactly.
It's true. I definitely get like that anticipatory
Yeah.
Too.
feeling. Like
Me too.
It depends on the type of thing we're doing, but I definitely get it. And then as soon as we're out there,
It's fine.
it's kind of more out of body
Yeah.
experience.
I will say I get more nervous for scripted sketches.
Me too.
Yeah.
Way more nervous because without fail, a minute before we're about to go on, we're backstage. I go, I don't know any of my lines.
Yeah.
I literally don't remember any of my lines, and I'm kind of freaking out. And it's like, I know them. I
Yeah.
know them so well, but I have that freak out, panic that I don't know any
100%.
of them. So with improv, I mean, there are no lines. So when you're like hanging out with them, you feel much better. But every single time.
Like there have been shows where I have rehearsed less and put it in my body less and gone out there and felt that way. But like sometimes if I've drilled the material so much and I've run it in front of people and like for like musicals, sometimes you'll have like a designer run. So you'll have people come in and watch it. Like you have like just different, you have your body experience adrenaline over and over and over again before opening.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then at some point you go, I am the unstoppable. I'm the thing that
I'm the
won't
material.
change.
Yeah.
Like I can have everything change around me, and no matter what, the material and me are staying the same.
Yep.
So sometimes I feel like if I've done the right prep for the right thing, I'm like nothing could. I'm not nervous. I'm just gonna go out there and do the exact same thing I always do.
That's very
Yeah.
much, and I mean, the podcast is interesting because there's
Yeah.
not necessarily a right and wrong way to do it. I mean, there is, but there isn't. Whereas with scripted
Yeah.
content,
It's- yeah.
I do like to rehearse it to a point where then on the day I'm like, I'm not even going to think about it
Yeah.
before I go out. And then I just trust that it's like in my bones.
That was why the sitcom was so fun because it was that times 1,000.
And also, we had done the other thing about the sitcom and doing shows like you've done, like Mamma Mia, but different. You do it so many times that on like your fourth time, you get to like be free with it. Then you get to like have fun with it, and it's
get to
like
get freaky
already
with it.
you get to
freaky
get
with it.
freaky with it.
Have you ever had a live show go wrong?
Oh my God, so many.
So many. I have one specifically, and I don't know if I've maybe talked about this one. This one sticks in my head because it's the worst I've ever experienced it. It was in Sunday Company, such high stakes. We had gone over this sketch. My really good friend and I, we were like writing partners during the time. We were
God, I'm already nervous.
so out of ideas. We were done. We were like empty. Like, you know when you're empty? No, we were beyond empty. We had no idea. So we went to Huntington Gardens for the day. And we were like, let's just go to Huntington Gardens and get
that's so-
inspired, whatever. When we got there, since we were so empty, we weren't on our phones, we were just looking at art, we got the funniest interaction that happened in front of us that made us laugh so hard.
Oh my God.
It was a volunteer, this like really sweaty guy. His name was Bob. And he was supposed to be volunteering in the Rose Garden, but he was in like the fancy room with all the Gainsborough paintings, like Blue Boy paintings, all the really nice paintings. And he wasn't supposed to be in there. And he was dripping sweat. And he kept like wiping off his sweat and sitting on the bench and being like, and talking to people. And this woman who worked there, she was like a volunteer. She was really tight. Everything about her was tight. Her head was even shaking. That's how tight she was. She was dressed like an art curator. And she came up to him and she was like, Bob, you're supposed to be in the Rose Garden. What are you doing here? This is the Gainsborough Blue Boy painting room. You're not supposed to be in here. You're not even supposed to be here till 3. And he's like, it's so hot outside, Diane. It's so hot outside. I can't be outside. And she's like, I don't care. That's where your volunteer is. So they had this whole little fight. And me and my friend are sitting there going like, this is what we're going to do. And we write out this whole script.
Oh,
I play the tight art curator and she plays sweaty Bob
Did
in
it
the
not
Rose
go
Garden.
well?
We kept holding it till the last minute of our pitch because we were like, I'm afraid for this one. And every time we held the sketch to the last minute of the pitch, I mean, it's 1 a.m. And she's like, all right, any last pitches? And we're like, should we do it? Should we do it? Should we do it? And usually we backed out. I think we backed out like 2 weeks in a row. And we're like, fuck it, let's just do it. Because if you do a pitch and she hates it, you feel like death. So we did the pitch, obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. Was like, this is one of your best sketches you guys have ever done. Because we knew the character so well and we did it in a moment of like, whatever.
Yeah.
So that ran for probably like 5 weeks, this sketch.
Oh my God.
On the second week, they changed the ending. I'm supposed to, at the end, get so frustrated that I snap the clipboard between my thighs, like my art volunteer snap. So I'm thinking about that. I'm like, I hope it snaps. I hope it snaps. As I'm saying that, we're on stage, full house. Like, this is the sketch that has to do well. I go somewhere else. I completely black out. I don't even know where I am. I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't even see anything. Like black in my eyes. We're on stage. Front and center.
You blacked out?
Blacked out. I'm just standing there with my clipboard. And my friend is in the character as Bob, Sweaty Bob. And she's like, so Diane, do you want me? And I can hear her voice, but I'm somewhere else.
How
And
long were you?
I don't know.
Were you like sick or something?
No.
But
I just completely left my body and forgot all my lines.
so in your head, you're in the void.
I'm in the void.
How long did you get any confirmation for how long you were standing there silent?
I think, our director definitely was like, what the hell happened? I think it was like many, many seconds. I don't think it
Okay.
was a super long time, but it was enough that it was like, oh. And my friend knew it. She was like, oh, she completely forgot all of her lines. So she was just improvising at this point. And
yeah.
you're not really supposed to be improvising.
Sure, but
You're like, they'll shoot you if they have it.
Yeah, basically. So then I don't know what happened. I came to and I skipped a little bit and I went to the line.
Yeah.
And I was able to snap the clipboard and we got off stage and I was like, I don't know what just happened. And she was like, you blacked out.
That's wild.
Like, I lost you.
That's never happened to me.
And I must have come to and then was there and she said my line for me, but in her own way.
You came to.
Yeah, we got in trouble for that, but not too much trouble.
Yeah.
Because they loved the sketch. And we continued it on for the rest of the weekend. It never happened again.
oh my
But
God.
I think it's because I cared so much about it.
Yeah.
And I was worried about a physical action at the end.
Brain was somewhere else.
And it was really one of the worst times that I've experienced on stage where I put too much pressure on it.
But I mean, that's when they say, got your back right before your show. And you're like,
Yeah.
you're helping each
Yeah.
other.
And
And you're like,
she
I
freaking
gotcha.
she wasn't mad at me at all. No judgment. She was like, don't worry about it. It's all good. This episode is brought to you by Aura Frames. It is the holiday season. And during this season, we want to see our favorite people. I want to see my family. And I know that they're a plane ticket away. But also, I can connect with them by giving them an aura frame.
That's right. You know, like it's not always possible to just physically see your favorite people during this time of year, but giving people memories, giving them photos, it's the best gift. And Aura Frames it has unlimited storage, so you can upload so many photos onto it. You can switch it out anytime from your phone. It doesn't require a USB or an SD card. It was named Wirecutter's #1 digital photo frame. And it deserves that. It's so great, and you can have so many photos on it. You can have all the silly ones, all the silly moments.
We love the silly photos.
You don't have to pick and choose. It's a great gift for the holiday season. I've given one to my parents, and they love it.
Save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames by using promo code SMOSH at checkout. That's AURAframes.com, promo code SMOSH. This deal is exclusive to listeners, so get yours now in time for the holidays. Terms and conditions apply.
Back to the show.
Let's go.
I can only really relate to that with auditions. I had a lot when I was a teenager.
You black out.
Oh my God, I wouldn't remember what happened.
Yeah.
I would go in, I'd come out, I'd be like, I don't know, no.
You're like, just let me go play
The amount of nerves that you have
So
because
scary.
it's like, okay, this is your whole career. This is what you're not going to high school because you're coming out here to LA to do this, and like you're like
Pressure.
it was so much pressure. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, you want to do this for fun. It was like, no,
It's like feed yourself.
you're gonna come here and do this, and it all like accumulates at this point where it's like you're going into this room full of adults, and you 15 need to be awesome, and if you're not, then that means you're not only not a good actor, you're probably not interesting as a human. Like that's like the pressure that
Oh
you
my God.
put on yourself. So you just kind of go in and it's all into these lines. So what I often ended up doing was rushing lines because I wanted to make sure that I was hitting them. So I was just saying them as fast as I could.
Yeah.
Just to be like, oh, I got the line out. And it's like, but I'm like, oh, the key is to just have fun and to not give a because there's no right way of
It's really
doing it.
hard though.
But it
Well,
takes
when you're a
years. It takes
kid-
years of like kind of.
I think when it says it takes years, it's because that's you literally settling in and getting used to that freaky, unbelievably uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
That's all that it is.
Oh my God, I have so many stories. Now that you said that, I was like, oh my God, literally 50 things.
Yeah.
In my mind. I have the story I keep thinking. I have a lot of stories about like having a hot mic. And it actually just happened at Dynasty, literally on Friday. And it didn't happen in the theater; it happened on the stream. I guess I introduced the show, and then I walked backstage and I went, "Okay, here we go. We're gonna start." And
That's fine. At least that's all you're saying.
But it's so funny. And then on the comments, they're like, "Angela, your mic is hot," which is very funny.
At least you didn't go out back and be like, I fucking hate this.
These bitches, get me out of here. There's this story that happened my first Star Kid show ever, where I in the musical at the end, at like the peak point in Act 2, like I'm supposed to like be almost dead, my character, and then some ethereal guy comes to me from another show, and he equips me with a gun. Okay. 'Cause I'm like
Awesome.
with this person that's about to kill me, and he equips me with a gun. So then I'm supposed to. He's like, go into your pocket, and I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, how'd this get there? Right? I couldn't remember this prop every night. I'd forget to
Couldn't
put the
remember
gun.
that you had a gun.
I would forget because I remember it was like mid-show, and I remember I was like in between stuff, and I had changes and stuff, and the prop table was at a different part of where the entrance was.
No.
And I never saw the gun before going to that entrance.
Which is bad.
Right? And Star Kid, sometimes you get maybe one run through before opening, and it's just like the style of it. Yeah.
So scary.
And it's just because it's original work and everyone's running around there, and it's like really just like home brewed, and it's like, okay, so I had never run it, and it was like opening night, and I had to go all the way around the theater to the back and go through the audience, and the gun's like all the way in the wings over there. And I remember like he's like singing to me, and this is opening fucking night. They're filming it, and it's like, and he's like, check your pocket, and I'm like, oh my God. Before he's like even says that, he's like, he's about to hit that part where he says, check your pocket. I'm like,
Stop. No.
and guys, I have to get this gun out and then kill the antagonist. And then I move on. Then I take the gun, run off stage, and then it like ends, and like I've killed the antagonist. So I'm like, he's singing this whole song, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, what on me can I use as a gun? Okay.
Opposite of me at TSA. Where I'm like, I don't have a gun, right?
I'm literally like, okay, there's a pen, because my character has a pen in her pocket. And I was like, should I use the pen?
Oh my
And I'm like,
God.
I was like freaking out. And this is my first show with them. I was like, they're never using me back. Like, I this. I
All
fucked
these
this so
thoughts.
fucking hard. And meanwhile, yeah, I can't imagine what it looked like when he was singing, because I'm just like, and then sure enough, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking finger gun it. And then he
That's the
goes,
smartest
check
thing.
your pocket, and I go, whoa, and I take out my finger gun, and then I'm like, has this been here the whole time? And he goes, yes, and he's freaking out, laughing at me, and then I go, oh, and then I go, poof.
Stop.
And there was already a sound cue, but for some reason, because I used my hand, I
There's
thought,
something
gotta use my
so
mouth.
funny though about you pulling out a handgun and it making a real sound. Like people, did the audience just think that
On
was?
top of it, I went poof, and there's a real sound.
Oh, the audience must have been like, that is so funny.
And here's the thing. It's like when I make one mistake, somehow I memorize the mistake, right? The muscle memory was the mistake, right?
Yeah.
And we did this show,
Yep.
I want to say, for 6 weeks. We did this show for so long, and I forgot that gun so much.
No.
I am not kidding. It was like so like we couldn't stop talking about me doing this and ruining opening night that I just kept thinking about, like, oh, I can't believe I forgot the gun. Can't believe I forgot the gun. Gonna continue this. Gonna continue. And to the point where like there was once where my mic was on and I went, I don't have the gun. I don't have the gun. I was backstage and it was before my entrance. And I was like, I'm gonna run back there, and I forgot my mic was on. And I go, I'm gonna run back there and show up on the other side of the stage. She'll see me. and I run and I enter from the front, which doesn't make sense for my character, but I had the gun. And my character's like, my scene partner, she's like, what are you doing on this side? I went, the gun. And then there was that one time I did that. And then there was another time where, like, at this point I had forgotten it so much that because I was entering from the front of house ticket woman, they had her every time ask me if I had the gun.
That is so hilarious.
And she wasn't with the production, she was with the theater, and she'd be like, do you have the gun?
Do you have a
I was
gun?
like, oh, and then I would run all the way back, go grab it, run all the way there, always run late. And it was this fucking gun. I would forget it every time. And that's one.
Holy shit.
That is so funny.
You know what? They should have just like X-nayed the gun and just had you do finger guns the whole time.
No, that was awful. I can't imagine what it was at the climax of this moment. And could you imagine this actress goes, here, with your hands?
I mean, did the audience laugh at that?
Yes, and it ruined the tent. It was supposed to be like a, it would
I
have
was
been
like-
perfect for
I
a
was like, what a-
Smosh Mouth sitcom.
I was like, what a brilliant mistake. Oh,
No, this is like it was like her ancestors are coming
Shakespeare.
through and giving her this gun.
Shakespeare, freaking like Othello. You're just like,
At the end of The Departed, Leo DiCaprio gets hit with some paintballs. It's just like, oh,
Like
I'm a cop. Like
the
a
whole
cop.
band, the cast, everyone rose the stakes, and it's so heightened. And then I go, and it's like literally, I just ruined it for everybody.
You just go like this. You go, oh,
You gave me this, the power of a middle finger.
and then he dies. That is so funny.
Oh.
Do you wish that you had done something different than that? Or do you think the finger gun was
I know.
the best?
I remember being like, do I run backstage? Because it was like, if I ran right out there, I could just, like, I know there's a stagehand back there holding the gun going, she doesn't have the gun, right? So I could have just been like, 1 second. No, but I'm glad I did that with my finger
My
gun.
body is experiencing this moment like with you.
Like, what
right
would
now.
you do? Would you be like, hold on 1 second?
I see. I think
I
what you
wouldn't
did.
leave.
I think what you did was best.
Yeah, I would not.
you
leave
kept the
stage.
show-
And I remember I had a chunky jacket on, so I kind of like did it like this.
Oh.
So it felt like there was a gun in there.
Which makes it even weirder.
I literally took my thing. I forgot I did this. Yeah, I went, oh my God.
Which makes it way worse because all you can see is two little fingers popping out.
Yeah, for the audio listener, I'm putting my fingers in my sleeve.
That.
I as far as like actual performances go, I've said this before, but my first performance ever on So Random, because that was in front of like a live studio
Oh my
audience.
God.
And it was like my first week there. I had never been on a show like that with a live studio audience. It was like the biggest job I'd ever booked. I couldn't believe it. And in my first episode, they had me in like this pretty big scene where I was playing a parody of Billy Mays. But like it's like these kids in this kitchen, it's like a commercial, and I pop up and like start like saying crazy shit to them. But so it gets to my part. So I'm crouched behind the counter and the audience is cheering. Like they start the scene and I'm like, okay, like I'm about to do this. And then I pop up and I don't think it was long at all because I've rewatched it and been like, oh, it looks normal. But it felt like I had a moment where I wasn't performing, where I was consciously just like, oh my God, what am I doing? This is crazy. I was like, I'm here and this is happening. This is nuts.
Where you're like, I can get in my way really fast.
I was like, oh, I could mess this up so easily.
That's
So
crazy.
bad. And then you just go, and then once you just start going, you kind of stop thinking.
It's hard to be the person who enters, right? Like I find it really hard, especially like in improv scenes or whatever, when there's two people going and they've got the audience going. When you're the one entering, like a little bit later, it's so much pressure because you have to be like big news, really exciting.
Gotta
like everyone
nail
has,
that mark.
and you have to like be on the same vibe because once people are laughing and a huge change happens, it's like a wave, right? They all either go with it or they freaking don't.
Have you guys ever eaten shit on stage?
No.
I've
Actually,
eaten shit so much.
never on
probably.
accident.
I fell down a flight of stairs on stage once.
Whoa!
In that same
my
show.
Why does
God.
none of this
in that
surprise
same
me?
show as
In
the
that
finger
same
guns?
show as a finger gun.
Why does none
Wow, that
of
was your
this
worst night of your life.
surprise
A different night.
Oh.
And then there was another, when I was, I did Beauty and the Beast in middle school, and I was the Sugar Bowl, which is ensemble.
Cute.
And I had a huge bowl on me. And I ate absolute shit during Be Our Guest. And it was the biggest laugh I've ever gotten.
I'm
you imagine
surprised.
a huge bowl like, whoa!
I'm surprised
would
people
laugh.
don't eat shit more here at Smosh. Ian was the most recent who ate shit.
Oh my
He
God.
I
ate some
missed
serious
that.
shit. That's because you had a
talked about
blindfold on. Well, you know what? We'll give people a little bit of
A little
spoiler.
tease.
We won't say what necessarily happens in the video, but we brought back the Quiet Place Challenge.
Yep.
But Amanda is the one wearing the blindfolds. Before we get into it, we're kind of walking around, we're running around practicing. Ian, all of us have the chickens tied to our Crocs. Ian eats shit bad.
It's
in it.
such a
Like
major
he starts,
way.
he's like running around. He slips and falls flat on his like stomach and face.
And he does the thing where someone, when they fall, when they get so much adrenaline, they're like, I'm fine.
Yeah. They freak out.
Immediately
They
up,
freak
like
out.
bounces back up. But like it was like you got messed up there, dude.
I was counting to 10, so I couldn't hear you guys, and I heard like a big sound, and then I heard everyone kind of giggling, and I was like, 5, 4. Like I went back to counting because I didn't know what was happening.
It's a great video, but yeah, you won't see that in the video. I don't think.
I do have a question. Are you guys able to rewatch your performances if they are taped?
I don't like to rewatch performances.
Angela?
I don't like to. I have a hard time enjoying it.
Yeah. No matter what, I'm never enjoying watching myself.
Some Smosh content is different because it's almost like watching a
different.
home video.
Yeah.
If we're just talking performance,
Live performance.
where I was trying to do a specific thing, rewatching, I can't help but critique and go,
It's so hard.
Same.
No, 100%. I think I've. It's so hard, but I've just passed that because I'm like, it's always going to be hard.
Yeah.
And so I've just I think I've just sucked it up a little bit, and now that is like, it's less hard. But like, I can watch, like if I'm watching myself in a show, it's hard. It's hard to watch yourself try really hard. Does that
I
you know what
agree.
mean?
I also think when you are performing live and in your body, you're like, okay, this feels good. And then you watch it back and you're like, oh.
I saw a clip of me in Under the Mistletoe, and I am trying.
Under the mistletoe?
Under the Mistletoe?
It's our Smosh live show.
Oh,
Forever ago.
right.
Under the I was like, did I make that up?
It was Angela's first Smosh live show.
Yeah, and I am trying. And I was just like, oh my God. I was also drunk. We were all drunk.
Yeah, it was under the influence.
Yeah. But it's just hard to watch yourself trying. And that's what you guys, for your Smosh Mouth, you're just going to be hanging. Unless I crowbar your ass.
We're going to be hanging. And I think my favorite part, if we're allowed to talk about this, is that we are going to be asking the audience if they have anything that any problems that they want us to solve.
Yes.
So even if you are live streaming, you will see things happening. We will be asking the audience that is there that night if they have any problems, and we're going to read them and hopefully solve their problems.
We'll solve them in our own way.
We'll solve them our own way. So it'll be like full audience interaction in that sense, in that segment.
Oh my
I'm
God.
psyched about.
It's going to be great.
That's going to be so fun.
I'm psyched about that.
So you'll have someone else besides Duran.
Well,
I hope nobody else's dad is missing.
if someone talks
It would be
about their
so
dad being missing in the graveyard, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what
I
I'm
still
gonna
think
do.
about that sometimes. That the way he knows so nonchalantly was like, yeah, my dad's missing.
Oh my God.
Remember when he sat on your lap?
Yeah.
It was really sad.
It's
I don't
very
think he
sad.
thinks it's sad.
I don't
which
think he
makes
thinks
it
it's sad
even
either.
wilder.
Yeah, it's not sad. You're right. It's just wild that he did it like that.
It's so wild.
Oh my God, I have another story when I was a kid. This is if you want another one.
Sure. Childhood story. Let's go.
Wow. Me and Shayne are going to be so great live because none of it will be edited.
No, it just made me laugh.
What a dick.
Just like, yeah, this live show is going to be great. Oh my God, I have another childhood story.
If you guys
In my head, I'm going, I gotta give more. What else is there about the stage?
you guys are interested in a childhood story.
No,
so I'm actually never gonna say that
I've
childhood
always
story.
said this about Smosh Mouth. I'm like, at any point, at any time, you're allowed to be like, yeah, I actually have something else I want to talk about.
It's stage related.
I have something. I have actually, after this,
No,
I have two.
you're gonna say it because guess what? I'm
I have
never gonna
two-
say
I
that
have
story.
two random ass things I want to say after this.
And I want you to do that
Okay.
right now because I will never be saying that childhood story.
No, tell us the
No.
childhood story. What the
No.
I just, no,
Wait, I want to hear the childhood story, Angela.
Oh, are you going to do Amanda like that?
I want to hear the
Are you
childhood
going to do that to Amanda?
Because you're kind of a big deal.
Oh, shut the
Are you going to do
No, that's a real gun. Okay, I'll say it really, really fast because it's a stage story. It's the first
we
time.
have tons of time.
I'm gonna say it so fast because of your fault. It's your fault. I'm gonna say it so fast. My mom tells me this story all the time. It makes me sound like a genius.
Okay.
So that's why I like to talk about it.
Okay.
I have to,
If you don't get this story out, I think I might lose my mind.
Angela, I cannot tell you how happy I am anytime our guest on the show is like, I have something I want to talk about. I'm like, great. That
I don't
is-
necessarily
makes
want
this
to talk
job
about
easier.
If you guys continue to talk about this story and
No,
not
let's talk
say
about
it,
the moment again. I said it, and you said, sure,
Sure,
a childhood story, and then
childhood
looked to Selena to tell her. I'm kidding.
this
I'm
is my
kidding.
worst hell I've ever experienced.
I'm just trying to. Okay.
Okay, let's draw this out.
I'm just trying to draw
In
out
theater
before the
terms,
story.
this means draw it out. Don't end it.
This is like those clips on TikTok where they never get to it, and you're like, oh my
Oh my God.
That's exactly what you guys are doing.
And you come to part
right now.
and you come to part 2 and they're just like, hey, okay, so excuse my hair.
More like part 8, and they're like,
crazy.
craziest thing happened. So, anyways,
And
I'm
I'm
not
like, let's
feeling
keep talking
too good.
about when I pitched saying this childhood story, and we never get to it.
Please tell the story. I'm gonna pull out my hair.
Okay, I'll say it really, really fast. Okay, I actually think sometimes that my mom fabricated a little bit of it because it does sound insane. Okay, so I guess I was like a little kid, like little kid, and we were doing a production of Cinderella, and we were doing Rodgers and Hammerstein's version of it.
Cute.
So each girl got to play Cinderella for one scene, okay? And like I was like little. Okay, and I remember I had one song, and I had to sing the Cinderella song, and I practiced it every day with my mom in the car over and over and over and over and over again. And this was like so young that your mom is like in rehearsal with you, like
Yeah.
all the moms are there,
Yeah.
and they're helping the kids because they're like they can barely walk, right? And like I knew my song, my mom was always with me when I practiced my song, and then I guess it comes around for the show, right? And during rehearsals, I guess I had no problems. I always sang my song, and my mom was like, "Great, she sings her song, she's got it, she knows it, she's doing it." And the show comes out. And my mom is a piano player as well. The song starts, and I don't move. My mom says, like, I'm frozen. And my mom immediately goes, like, damn it, she can't do it. Like, she's nervous. And then my mom hears the piano player playing the song, and my mom knows he's playing it in the wrong key. And I'm not moving. And he restarts. And then he restarts. Like he's like keeps restarting for me. And I'm not moving at all, and I'm not phased at all, my mom said. And then my mom stands up and she goes, "You're in the wrong key." Then he plays it in the right key,
Stop.
and I immediately just start.
Wait, stop.
I guess my body was just like, that's not the song.
I feel like I've heard this story before.
I think I might have told you that.
I think
I haven't heard this story because that duo of you and your mom, the mom being like, you're in the wrong key.
You're in the wrong key.
And then you're like, and now I will start to perform.
That's my earliest memory of like a mistake.
That's awesome.
Or like
well,
a
it was
mom-
the piano player's mistake.
Mom-daughter duo.
Yeah, my mom being
Badass.
like, that's in the wrong key. And then me just going, da ba da ba ba.
Angela's mom will be in the audience for Smosh Mouth Live to yell out when we're talking about the wrong thing.
She'll yell out, oh, childhood story, Shayne?
Jesus.
It's even more embarrassing that I've already told you that story.
No, I think you told
I
me
didn't-
off camera.
Yeah.
So you-
I haven't heard the story, and I was very glad to hear
I only
the
care
story.
about you.
Finally. There's this whole thing where it doesn't matter. I'm always listening to Angela, and she doesn't give an F.
Amanda's caught me like 4 times now when I'm trying to tell everybody something, and only she's
And
listening.
I go, I'm
and I'm not
listening.
looking, and I go, wait, so this is childhood
And
story?
I'm just like this. And everyone's like, you
And I'm like,
seen this TikTok?
no, Shayne, no. So I saw the movie last
And
night,
I'm like-
and she's like, well, I'm listening.
I'm listening.
It's happened so many times.
And I know for a fact that Angela's like, you're not the one I want to hear this story, Amanda. There are others because she knows that I'm gonna be like, that's awesome. Whereas like she wants the others' reactions to be like, wow, cool, Angela, whatever, so that she could be like, yeah.
I'm such a fucking pick me. It's disgusting.
And I'm always just sitting right next to her, staring at her, full contact.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
And that's the story. I'm like, so what do you think? And she goes, well, I heard it.
And I'm like, that's an awesome story. And you're like, yeah, shut up. Anyways, Shayne,
Shayne,
what
you
do
already
you
heard
think?
the story?
I need some negative responses. Oh my God. No, it just sounded like a funny segue. That's
No,
all it
100%.
was.
No, and I
and
know it
turned
was. I know
into
it was.
15 minutes.
I know
Guys,
it was. It was
please
just very
don't go backwards. We can't. You tell your
Okay.
story, and then we're gonna move on forever.
Can I share? Okay, can I just completely segue now?
Please.
Yeah, segue.
A
There's been
segue?
something
Sure.
There's
Yeah,
been something
get on
I've
a
wanted.
segue.
Okay. There's been something I've wanted to share on the podcast, and I keep forgetting to bring it up, but it's just a random funny thing. Do you remember when we did blackjack
I
on
didn't play.
Smosh Games?
I played. I thought you played.
Yeah.
I played Texas Hold'em.
Wait, was it Detective Where's My Coffee?
I didn't play blackjack.
Maybe it wasn't Detective Where's My Coffee?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't poker. It was blackjack.
Blackjack. I
We
remember
later
that.
did
Gentlemen's, right?
blackjack. Gentlemen's blackjack.
Yes, I wasn't in it.
right.
Yeah.
Now,
I
obviously,
was in it.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
And granted, we're not paying attention. In any games video, we're really not paying attention to the game, right? We're just f***ing around. We're trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Like,
But
sue us if there's 6
the
cameras
comments
on.
on that video were ripping our math skills so bad. And for me, like I was like, that, I think it bothers
bothered you.
me more that like I have been truly doing like math puzzles and math problems every day since then.
Oh God.
Like
Wait,
months now. I'm like, oh, my math skills are really rough.
You're
'Cause,
trying
like,
to brush up on your math?
I was like truly like, oh, it is something that will go if I don't like, because I was in college for 10 years, so certain things
What can't you do?
What are you talking about? I
You're
was just-
brushing up on math?
there's apps that you can do like math challenges every day, and I'm like, okay, I want to do that because I'm like, oh, my addition and subtraction and multiplication is really shitty. And I was like, I want to get better at that.
10
That's
times
awesome,
14.
Shayne.
What 10 times 14 is 140.
Okay, yeah.
Whoa, that was fast.
Okay, that
Thank God you have those
Brushing-
apps.
Brushing up.
Oh my God. You're in shape, bro.
It's like going
you're
to
like 10
the
times
gym.
14.
Wait a
No,
second.
just basic shit.
So the
I was like-
commenters were like, "You guys suck at math so bad."
and I was like, and Michael Jordan, I took that personally, and so
Wow.
6 times 4.
24.
24.
You're right. I actually wouldn't be able to do these.
Not that
things. I don't think
fast.
so. Are you good at
Listen,
math?
I'm
also
very
not-
bad at math.
You have to get these apps.
I'm also a visual person, so
Oh, okay.
You have to write down these problems.
and you say things out loud. Now, to be fair, a lot of times, like in that specific video, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm truly sitting there just thinking of dumb things. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're a
what's the funny
gentleman.
thing I can say.
So that really got you.
A little bit. And it's more that I'm like, it's more the inner fear of like, oh, I don't want to get bad at math. It will go. I don't do math in my daily
Yeah.
job or dealings in life.
No,
So
we
I'm like,
don't.
oh, it gets rusty really quickly.
We all have a calculator on our phone.
Yeah, for sure.
That made me think of like dressing up because you were dressed up as a gentleman. If you wanted people to dress up to watch Smosh Mouth at home, what would you tell them to wear?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Full Tinky Winky
Like, what if
outfit.
people
I'm
are
kidding.
as gentlemen watching it at home? Because everyone has a suit. right?
Yeah, wear a top hat to
If you can
watch
wear a
the
top hat
show.
and take a photo of yourself watching it, that would be incredible.
yeah.
Or like the Limes shirt.
you could wear a lime shirt. You could eat limes during
Whoa,
put
eat a lime.
that is aggressive.
Put a lime slice in whatever drink you have. No matter what the drink is, put a lime slice in
You could eat cereal.
Yes, as an adult, if you're going to watch the show in your bathroom, make sure to shut the door and lock it.
Yeah, we'll also be, there'll be a special segment where we get into where Shayne and I disagree completely, and we're going to settle some scores.
We've decided we're going to have an audience there, both watching on the internet and in person. We can settle a bunch of scores.
Yeah.
right?
That's amazing.
So
Shayne and I disagree on some big fundamental things.
Are adults allowed to eat cereal? Should you shut the door when you're using the bathroom?
Oh my God. Wow.
Is Journey the best band out there?
I know you don't even believe that.
You think
Coming
Journey's
from
the best?
Boston, there's a piece of me that's like, of
here we
course is.
go.
But no, I don't. But again, sometimes I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying?
I love
in
you guys
Boston?
so much.
Every karaoke song
I
is
love
a
you
small
guys
song
so
girl.
much. I truly do.
She's feeling grateful.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And this is why you're our understudy.
I saw that thumbnail of the cut video where it was like, would we hook up if we met each other? And I almost vomited.
No, I
It's
know.
so
I
funny.
legit got nauseous.
We knew as soon as that question came up, we were like,
I was like, all right, let's play.
where this is
I
the
was
thumbnail.
like, yeah,
People
let's go.
People were blown away by how many questions we answered, and I'm like, one, we don't give a shit.
I don't
You know
care.
us by now that we don't give a shit.
I'm like,
And two, I'm like, we know Jubilee, we know the internet, we know YouTube. I'm like, not
That's the
answering the
thumbnail.
question is the worst.
I was
thing.
like, of course I'm
That's
going to
so
be
true.
like, Shayne, come on, let's hook up. But you would never approach me at a bar. And people are like, whoa, I can't believe she said that.
this
And
is
it's like,
crazy.
Will you guys kiss at the live show?
we can't reveal secrets like that. You just said.
Brennan went, "Buh."
I think that people would be like, oh my God. I think that people would be like,
click it off.
yeah, they click it off immediately. They're like, yikes.
They immediately download a math app on their phone.
It just doesn't
I
make
can't
sense.
believe you just
makes
organically
sense.
told us you're brushing up on math.
I'm not ashamed to say that I'm brushing up on math.
You know, no,
I actually
Shayne, I think
enjoy
it's
it.
awesome. I'm brushing up on words. I get emails where it says this is a new word, and I listen to it.
You do a vocabulary of the day?
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
cool.
okay, I need something to do. Give me something.
Wait, you do stuff.
No, but I should have something that like every day.
Don't you play this game so you don't press snooze on your alarm?
Oh, that's a memory game. Yeah, I sleep through so many alarms, so my alarm is like a puzzle, and I have to do the puzzle. when I
Oh,
wake
that's
up.
cool.
Yeah.
I've seen those. There's those ones where it's like truly like a physical puzzle piece, and as soon as the alarm goes off, it like launches the pieces around your room. So you have to like, run around and get them.
Wait, I might
Did
get
you
one
just
of
make
those.
that up?
No,
that's
a
a
real.
thing.
There's real ones. There's also one that's like on wheels, and I think it like rolls away.
Wait, I'm sorry.
And you have to chase it down, and then you have to kill it.
What psycho would want a puzzle piece that explodes?
Wait,
in
I'm
the
there-
gonna
room?
get it.
There have been times in my life where I'm like, I probably need this.
What?
Of just insane alarm clocks.
The app I use the night before, you could take a picture of something in your house, and then in the morning you have to take that exact picture, same tilt, same everything.
That's
Why?
really funny.
Just press snooze and get up, make a cup of coffee.
To hit snooze, you need to do that. Like if you want 5 more minutes. Like this morning, I wanted 5 more minutes, so I did like 5 puzzles.
You
Wait,
have to
by that
solve
point, you're
puzzles
not
to sleep
awake?
longer.
I have the puzzles on super easy.
Wait.
So it's I can do 'em-
Wait.
I can basically do them asleep. It's like memorize like which block, and then I go like, and then
then
I go
you
like this,
actually go back to
and I
bed?
remember it with my hand, and then it comes back up, and then I do it, and then I go right
Imagine
back to sleep.
Sleeping next to
I
this
like
bitch.
I like the thought that if you get really sleepy, you get really good at puzzles. You're like a sleeper agent, truly.
What? And I'm
Like-
wait, get her sleepy, and I'm like,
Like also, like if we're recording a
Get her sleepy, bring her in.
If we're filming a Smosh Games video for some reason at like 7 p.m., we're all tired,
And I'm
you're just
so
crushing it, and we're
Crushing
like, Angela cannot be stopped.
and I'm like, I've practiced in REM.
Like,
Like, when are you gonna need that
I
skill?
actually am pretty
what
good.
if you hit a point where you're like, I didn't wake up, but I hit snooze for 30 minutes. I solved 30 puzzles in my sleep.
Then I feel like there's no point to the puzzles if you're hitting snooze for 30 minutes doing like 30
I've
puzzles.
trained myself. My sleepy self is trained to just be like, continue, just do it, just do it, and you can go back to sleep. It's like a survival instinct. At this
Angela,
point.
go to the gym. To go to the gym, Angela. Angela, go to the gym.
Go gym.
Yeah, you had to go.
You guys are making fun of me for doing math apps. It turns out you're solving puzzles in your sleep.
Hey, I think doing math
Okay.
apps is fine. It's awesome. Get it.
Oh my God,
That's great.
It's so funny.
You're probably really good at math. And that
It's
is
math.
sick.
It's some other. It's memory, math, and like reading.
Memory's supposed to be really good for you. So this is why I'm listening.
Do you have to be awake for it to be good for you?
I'm too positive to you people. I need to cut it down.
What? What made you
I'm not
just
going
say
to
that?
listen to you anymore, and I'm going to give you no more
I
compliments.
need to cut it down.
Smosh Mouth Live, I'm going to be a monster.
Oh my God, get live tickets to see Amanda be a bitch.
Live.smosh.com.
You're already seeing that. People's comments. So the last video that we put out of me and Ian and Shayne, where I kind of roast Ian, where you're like, oh, do you think that we'd be friends in high school? And I was like, friends, Ian and I? And I saw someone write a comment that was like, honestly, Amanda saying that gives me the ick. That's her boss.
And that comment was
pays
like,
her.
I already saw her and I got the ick.
And people were like, dude, they're playing around like she's joking. And I rarely read the comments, but I read it and I was like, damn. But Ian knows, like,
You're
we
not a
wouldn't be
bitch.
friends in high school.
And you're good at
if
math.
if I took everything that we say on this show seriously, we're the worst people.
We're the
that have
worst.
ever
Oh my
existed.
God.
We joke all the time, you know, like Ian and I.
But also, you wouldn't
like,
be
I wouldn't be friends with Ian.
I
and
wouldn't either.
Jesus.
That person who commented that was like, okay, good, it's all a bit. And then you just said that, and they're like, no, I'm back. You guys, awful.
Fuck it, let's talk about
I
it.
hate you.
I'd be like, what's up? Did you do the assignment? Cool.
That's you and Ian talking in the halls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that
people
would
should
make
wear
sense.
silly hats to the show. And I think if
Oh my
you're
God, silly
watching the
hats.
show, wear a silly
Oh, yeah.
hat.
If you guys are coming to the show, wear a silly hat. If you're watching a show, wear a silly hat. That sounds great.
Wear silly hats.
That's really fun.
Block the people behind you when you're in the
Yes,
theater.
wear really tall, silly hats so the people behind you can't.
Yeah, silly hat. Oh, you could be Abraham Lincoln working at Sephora.
Oh,
Silly
color
hat.
matched by Abraham Lincoln.
There you go.
Amazing.
That was, I will say, that was a duo bit. Angela helped me with that because immediately during that TNTL, I was like, I want to be Abraham Lincoln. And everyone was like, Sabrina Carpenter, Chapel Roan. I was like, I want to be Abraham Lincoln. And Angela was like, I see it. I see the vision immediately.
I remember I grabbed that shell and I went, use this as foundation.
Yeah, it was perfect. So that was a duo bit. And I'm like, do you want to, maybe we could do it again sometime. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that was a no.
Oh, what?
Maybe we could do it again sometime. Oh my gosh.
Can you tell this is our first video of the week? This podcast we're recording
It's
right
actually
now.
so true.
Yeah.
We're not warmed up.
I love it. I love you guys. I love this pod. It's going
I'm
to be great.
so excited for the live show. You guys have been so supportive of us, which is amazing. And
You're a year old, right?
Yeah.
yeah, we're like a year and
a half old.
we're a year and a half
my
old.
gosh.
We
Yeah.
can walk now.
You can
We're
walk?
done crawling.
Finally walk. I'm a couple months away from being able to drown.
Yeah, that's so
Jesus.
true. That's so
Jeez.
true.
That's so
Um,
true.
Lock your gate to your pools.
Get your tickets at live.smosh.com. They're available now. Check it out. It'll be December 14th at 4 p.m.
That's a Saturday, 4 p.m. PST. It's about a 90-minute show.
That's a Saturday unless you're in like Japan or Australia, and then it's probably a Sunday
That's true.
or something.
Ooh.
But, you know, whatever.
Saturday.
If you're in Australia, figure it out.
Let's just say
Hey,
December
just
14th.
figure it out.
Just figure it out. I'm always shocked at how many viewers we have from all over the world.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I will say there's a lot in Australia.
There's a lot everywhere.
So let's just say December 14th.
It's December 14th, Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m., Saturday, December 14th. I'll keep saying it over and over again.
Over and over again.
Get your tickets.
Live.smosh.com.
And when you get a ticket at home, your pets can enjoy too. How fun is
Take
that?
photos
So
of your
true.
cats or dogs watching the show. Take your show to weird places and watch it.
Get some chips and salsa.
Show us the foods you're eating when
Okay.
you're watching the show. Yeah.
So for people watching at home, we are going to put a poll up. You guys can vote on what Shayne teaches me about the internet. So keep
we're
an
gonna
eye
come
out
up with
for
we're
that.
gonna come up with like the top 4, and then we'll let you pick from there. And hey, if you feel like having a drink during the show, make a margarita.
Make a margarita.
Oh my God, you have chips and salsa with a lime margarita?
Yeah.
Come on now.
The lime,
Come on now.
salt.
And I'm just going to be in the wings
Salsa.
going, you guys feeling sick? If one of them sneezes, guys, I'm tapping out.
Oh yeah, that's the thing is Angela during the show, if she wants to tap in, if she feels like we might be a little sick, she's gonna do that.
Yeah, and we can't say no. Thanks for being here. Being so supportive.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Of course. You guys are my favorite.
Wow.
For being kind
We're
of a
gonna
big
tell
deal.
everyone else
Wow,
that.
we're your favorite?
That's like a turn of phrase.
I will tell everyone that.
Tell everyone
Like,
that.
hey, like, don't you ever say like, hey, you're my fave?
No, not unless I really mean it.
Well, not unless they're my fave.
But you have a lot of favorites. Oh God.
All right, guys. We'll see you at the live show.
All right, see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Smosh mouth, smosh mouth, smosh mouth.